Hi, and welcome to Why Not? And I'm your host, Janice Newman. We're here. Our mission is to interview spectacular guests that's going to give you wonderful topics and information on how to move you from ordinary to extraordinary. Is it a struggle? Yes, we have to realize our strengths and our weaknesses. And tonight, our special guest is Benaiah Link. He is a playwright, a first-time playwright, actually. He's also a LPC, a licensed counselor. And what's interesting about Benaiah is, one, he's award-winning. His play won at a festival called the Taste of Theater Festival this past October 2025. Victor Gully is the founder of that program, and he won first place in this play. But Benaiah's play is called Trauma Attraction. And what's so special about Trauma Attraction is Benaiah being a counselor and his own life is blended into this to show people how miraculously and unfortunately we kind of wind up marrying or dating. There's certain people that have these traumas from our childhood, and we manifest that by still continue those traumas by marrying or dating someone like that. So he blends all that energy in to the play, and it's just spectacular. I saw the first two scenes, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. So welcome, everyone. Let's welcome Benaiah Link. Hi, Benaiah. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
So I know I gave everything away, but I just love it. Tell me a little bit about yourself, at least your background for Kelson and everything.
Okay, well, I started off in music, so be a singer-songwriter producer, writing music, producer all over now, 25 years. Also working with feature artists of parties, being a road manager when people were as a course of ladies. Uh, and I went into counseling because I actually majored in electrical research in college. And then it was just right after that I had to see a therapist because circumstances rape, and then lost therapist. Just talked to me and helped me through my own troubles and so. And then it's like, you know what? I think I could do it. And then I changed my major to psychology, and then I pursued and continued from there. Got different degrees, and it was very special to me because I knew I wanted to find out why I was so angry and sad and things like that, have a childhood trauma. So changing my major to engineering to psychology was the best choice for me.
And that's one thing I love about talking to people. You may start one spot.
Yes.
And you never know where God's going to lead you to.
100%.
So you went from music to engineering to counseling.
Yes.
To people. Wonderful. And we are going to be blessed by this play, aren't we?
Oh, it's spectacular. Yes, we are.
So why would you're counseling, and then all of a sudden just, boom, you decide I'm going to write a play? Do people even do that? Why did that come about?
Well, I guess I'm blessed because I started off just, as I said before, producing music, and my great buddy, Victor Gully and Brian Stanley, we sat down, and I just wanted to produce music for a play. And Brian and Victor said, "Hey, Benaiah, I need you to table read against this actress that we're trying to cast for this upcoming play." And then from that point, I read, and they were like, "Oh, dude, you can act." And then from that point, then now I became an actor. And so from acting to now, I decided to write Drama Attraction because it was just, I was writing, actually, here's the truth. I've been writing my book about trauma, about my life for 10 years. So it just so happens that Trauma Attraction itself is the piece of that. So then now the book is coming out, but that's a whole different conversation.
Okay, so trauma attraction is actually you.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk and explore that.
Yes.
So now we're at the point that you decided, being with your co-host, because you do a radio show.
Yes.
A Taste of Theater radio show, WIIT 88.9 FM, Chicago.
Yes.
Thursdays at 8, correct?
8 p.m.
Okay. So you do a radio show, you guys, and your guys are like, hey, why don't you do this reading with us. And then next thing you know, it led to you an actor and doing the play, which was part of something you were already thinking about doing in writing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was in the play almost 10 years ago. That's my first acting
Oh, okay.
gig at all. And it just so happens that now over a year ago, Victor said, Benaiah, I think you should start writing about your life or start writing about trauma attraction. And then that one challenge took me to write the whole entire stage play one day. But it was goes back 10 years. So it goes back 10 years of actually acting in first base play. And then the second stage play last year with Victor Gully. And then now here we are with trauma attraction.
Oh, cool. So if it wasn't for that, we may not have that trauma attraction. Victor didn't say, hey, write this play. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it in a day. And know what? I'm going to make a famous play, award winning, and a movie and a book. And yes. And did he win at least a cup of coffee?
Oh, of course.
At least at half of the rights, right?
Victor is my creative consultant for the trauma attraction stage play. He has a couple of roles with the play, so I appreciate that. I want to definitely make sure I pay homage to the person who actually sparked all of this.
Okay. And we're going to show part of the play from the festival in a moment. But can you give us a little premise on the play? The play's coming up May 15th to the 17th. And if anyone wants further details about Benaiah, reason why he get the play, seeing the play or clips, anything like that, we're going to have the email and the website address.
Yes.
So you can look it up. Okay. Now, please give us a little premise of trauma attraction.
So trauma attraction, there are about 8 characters inside the play, and it is, I mentioned before, it is different sections of my life. It's like 90% is about different experiences, different things. And of course, some things are twisted around or shifted based upon me being the therapist. So some experiences, there's none of my client's information in play.
Okay.
But some of the information while working with the alcohol, drug addiction counseling program, being a therapist for 5 years, working for a Black-owned private practice. And I've seen different things. So some pieces of the stories are shifted based upon some of the overall experiences that I've seen with clients, but most of which is, oh my God, most of which is experiences from my actual life.
Your actual life. Now I knew you mentioned that other clients pieces they may relate to. Are people going to be able to relate to these characters? You said there's 8 of them. Now, they're part of you, but can the audience actually relate to any of those 8?
Oh, definitely. So someone will, most of our lives, there's some type of physical abuse, emotional abuse, domestic abuse, drug abuse, alcoholism, abandonment. Those are most of the typical experiences that we go through as adults.
Okay.
And we go through these experiences through our childhood. So some level, we all have some type of trauma in some kind of way.
Right.
And so you will see something in one of the characters that will say, hey, that's me, that's my mother, that's my brother, that's someone. And you may be happy or upset with the character because it hits home.
Oh. So if people see the play, bring Kleenex?
Yes. You will need to bring some tissue, 100%.
Bring some tissue. Okay. So 8 characters are all part of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do they connect, or where do we see, like you mentioned, childhood trauma and also other traumas? How does that play in that the characters blend together with this trauma?
Oh, some movies and plays where there's a action or there's a situation, and then it's like person has now got back at someone. I want to play it out in the aspect of how did they overcome this trauma? How did this person, this character, what happened on the tail end? And that's typically what I was trying to do with this actual story and with these characters.
So people are also going to learn. So you're not just presenting the trauma and how it's manifesting, but you're also going to give or show how they overcame some type of solution for people.
Yes. And when you see their overcomer story, you would kind of see these are actual therapeutic tactics that I had realized myself. So certain things that happen with the characters towards the end, these are methods that I had to utilize in order for me not to go off.
Okay. Easy way to put it. I understand. But I mean, people in all aspects of life have had trauma and learning how to cope with it. And yes, not going off. That is part of having to cope with the trauma, is being able to cope and deal with it in a social, healthy way, emotional way, versus being psychotic. I hate to say it that way, but you know.
Yes.
It's so good. And that the trauma goes from you to the next person, your generation, or people you come encounter to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your favorite part of the play? Or, oh, wait, yeah. Should we go to the characters first? We'll go to the characters. I'll make it easy for you. Tell me your favorite character in the play.
It's kind of interesting to kind of pinpoint since all of the characters are me. I would say one of the characters that really is my favorite right now is James. James. So from the Taste of Theater Festival, it was on 5 characters, but now with the full play, you see now 8 characters. Okay. So James was not a character that was seen at the festival, so that was only like 20 minutes of the play.
Okay.
So James would not give too much, but James is what I believe the inside voice of all of us.
Oh.
James talked about how things are when it comes to coworkers, how to hang out after work when you don't want to. James is your inside voice, 100%. So he pretty much tells it how it is, but he also has a lot of trauma based upon his childhood, which is why he's expressing how he feels.
Well, I'm going to change the topic really quick. Can you give at least a piece of advice for someone who wants to write the play?
For someone who wants to write a play, one of the first thing I would say is just do the thing. And what I mean by doing the thing is write something down. Utilize technology, utilize Microsoft Word, utilize Google Docs, utilize something. And my secret that I would say that what made me start this is that I Googled how do I write a stage play? that was the actual, and Google spit out the different things. I was like, okay, that looks kind of weird. Okay, then let me go onto ChatGPT. Help me write a stage play. This is my actual prompts. And then from that point, again, it started to spit out certain things, and I copied and pasted to Microsoft, and I literally started working word line by line by line by line in Microsoft Word for what I want these characters to be and what they want to set. And so that is typically do the thing. If you don't know something, just do it. Try and fail.
I know First Hand Productions, your company.
Yes.
And obviously this is your first play. Now, I assume you're not rich.
No.
So how are you putting on this play? And it's at the ETA Theater, just May 15th to the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
And later on to be a film and a book.
Yes.
But how do you just come up and go do a play? I mean, it takes money typically. I mean, were you having help, family, inspiration?
I want to make sure I pay homage to my brother Fred Dugali for can give me the idea. Said, Benaiah, in order to start this, you're gonna have to maybe ask for help. And I just started to ask people around me, ask my family, talk to my mother, my dad, talk to my fraternity brothers. I'm so thankful of my fraternity brothers, my line brothers who I was initiated with. Asked for just a small amount of money, and some of which came out of my own pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as I was able to get the deposit or this part of the deposit, then I'll be able to do ticket sales. And then I think Victor said, do pre-sale tickets. And once I did pre-sale tickets, it started to slowly creep up. And then from there, I was able to gather at least the deposit. Mm-hmm. Once I got the deposit, then it was ticket sales.
Right, because it's kind of hard to start. I know even people that I think Dan Diesel started with doing the movie and they were in a theater. It's hard to get your things even out there. And some days you have to take that initiative. Or if God gives you something to run with, you got to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't look back.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to give away part of the play, but part of the play is you're one of those people that you have a heart. You give. How hard was it you personally having to ask for help?
It was hard, but I also remember that certain people said, Benaiah, I have your back. No matter what. I knew that certain ones would give me something, even though I don't already ask for a little bit, but they gave me more than I asked for. But I prayed on it. I said, God, give me the means to do this. And I prayed on it. And literally, I needed the deposit for the theater, and I got the amount of the deposit within 2 days.
Wow.
Within 2 days, I was able to I won't say how much the deposit was, but I was able to gather enough money for the deposit within 2 days.
That's a blessing.
And what I'm hearing is that people don't normally do that.
No, they don't. But I know you're award winning. How did it feel when you won that festival award? Because we only, on the festival, if people didn't know, it was from Victor Kelly's Taste of Theater. Other people were there against you, and you get to display two seats.
Mhm.
So how was that, just being able to win for the first time? And then we'll cut to let's cut to a scene of the play.
So honestly, to be totally transparent, I wasn't expecting to win. I was really only expecting to get the message out there. I know my cast said we're going to win, but I just wanted the story retold because as a person who hadn't been heard pretty much most of my life, telling the story was important to me. So that when I won, it's still surreal. I still have the award. I look at it, but it's like, I did that? Like, it's not mine. So I still think about it like in the sense of I told a story, I told my story, and now I have something that I look at who still doesn't really feel real.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a moment to see a clip of the Taste of Theater Festival, his play, and then we're going to come back and talk to a few of the cast members. Be right back. Stay tuned.
Sometimes I feel like you were waiting for me to fall apart. Like you expected me to break.
It's not bad. It's just, I've been here before.
With who?
Angela, Tisha, Crystal. All these women I tried to love whole again. And then they left me the moment that they healed. And it's not just them, it's me too. It's like, I'm that guy that's always trying to fix things. Because that's what I thought love was. But love isn't about that. It's about being there. My mom started disappearing for days. She just, no warning, nothing. And my dad, he wasn't around. I used to ask myself if there was something I could have did to make her stay. I was 7, Maya. Just 7. And my mom, she disappeared for days. No warning, nothing. And my dad, he wasn't there to explain. I often wondered if it was something I could have did to just get her to stay. And she just kept leaving. And my dumb ass just kept waiting.
But do you even know why she left?
I don't. She never told me. But I just didn't understand why she would leave and come back and then leave again. It's like she was trying to run away from us. Run away from me. I felt invisible.
I am so sorry. I can't even imagine what that must have felt like.
I don't know how to stop. I mean, you know, it's like I'm trying to heal myself through them or something. Damn! You know what's wild though? The Cosby Show. That was the only place where I saw how a man was supposed to treat a woman. Not my parents, nobody around me. That television show taught me what a family was supposed to look like. How a man was supposed to love a woman.
You don't need to fix me. You don't need to fix anyone. Look, I know you want to help, but you can't heal people's wounds for them.
No.
And I'm not like those women you loved before. I'm not here for you to fix me, and I'm not going to leave when I heal.
Sure you're not, Maya.
I'm not like those women who hurt you in the past. I'm not going anywhere.
I want to believe you. I really do.
You can. You can trust me. You don't need to fix me to prove your worth. I just want you to be healed.
I don't know how.
You don't have to know that. We'll figure it out together. One step at a time. You're not in this alone.
Wow, that was something. Oh, wow. And that was at the Tesa Theater Festival. Yeah, wonderful characters.
Yeah.
Are they going to think they're going to show the same type of enthusiasm this will come around?
It's going to be a whole lot more when it comes to the before production. Oh, look, God, the scenes will continue. Oh, it's going to be no more. Yeah, it's additional lines.
Well, let's watch one more scene. I want to give people a good taste of this play. So we're going to cut to that scene now.
The vanilla macchiato for Sheena. I have a vanilla macchiato for Sheena.
Oh, you know what? Let me call you back. Bro, I know damn well your ass did not write my name as Sheena on the damn cup. My name is Sean. Say it with me. Sean. Right. I know what I told you when I made my order.
I'm sorry, sir. Today is my first day. Could you please pin me down? I think I got a fart.
That's nasty, man. You need to change your drawers. Go in the back or something. Hey, babe. Thanks for waiting for me. You know this dude messed up my order. He gonna write Sheena on the damn cup. I almost choked his ass out for that.
Well, I'm glad you did. But at least you got your order right. I mean, we can all see that you are not a woman. But at least your order's correct. Maybe he's dyslexic or something.
Guess what?
Dyslexic.
Look, I don't care if you go on the short bus to school. Look at him, baby. He on suspenders and a Call of Duty belt. Something wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, now that I'm here, why don't you give me a kiss?
What?
Mike, you know what I want. And I'll give it to you.
Vanilla macchiato for Brandon with almond milk. Yes, that's sure, sir. Vanilla macchiato with for Brandon.
Seriously, dude?
Welcome back. Wow, that was spectacular. And right now I'm going to interview the cast. That last scene was just spectacular. So you are Maya in the play.
Yes.
And Byron, you caught her.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I did.
Now, the first scene, you're being so sweet and kind, and now I don't like you.
I know, but I like me. I like Maya.
Yes, I know she develops later on in the play. So, how do you guys, I want to take one person real quick. Just give me your opinion of the play and how you feel with your role that you're doing so far.
I actually like my role. I actually like all the characters though.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying Byron more and more.
More and more. And what type of personality are you playing in the actual? You're the main character, I assume.
Byron need a little act right. he needs to learn how to pay more attention.
Needs to pay more attention. And that's probably what a lot of us needs to do in our relationships. And Maya.
Yes.
So I remember from the original, the two scenes that you did in the festival, people were like, oh, she's so sweet. And then we saw the other scene and like, oh, I can't stand her. Which part of that do you like? Do you like being the sweet angel or the...
I'm gonna have a halo on one side and a devil horn on the other because I like being both because Maya is a versatile character. Like all the characters are very versatile and they have their inner workings that they have to do. So I love Maya, messy and all. Like that's my boo. Like y'all better get up off Maya. Like leave her alone. So everybody, I think they'll learn a lot from Maya.
Okay.
Some people might see some of themselves in Maya, you know, so.
Now, Kim, that's your role in the play.
Yes.
You seem a little innocent and not so sure. So what do you like about your character and what do you bring into the role?
Oh, let me think about that. Kim is innocent and not so sure. She is a lawyer. She's a lawyer who fights for people every day, but she's unable to fight for herself when she goes home.
Wow.
And she struggles in her relationship to be seen. She struggles in her professional life to be seen. So she fights at the end to be seen and to have a voice. So I admire that about Kim.
And you guys have been practicing for quite some time and getting it perfect. I can't wait to the final.
Ooh, perfection.
Perfection.
Please introduce yourself and your role and how you bring your character to the scene.
My name is Reginald KNG Red Robinson, and I play Barista and James. I play two characters in the play, and I relate to those characters, and I love them so much because they really they're part. They really what I go through in my natural life, my everyday life. Like James, he's going through a lot of issues with family things. So at that point, it's like we all go through that, and I went through that a lot with my father and other family members. So we all go through little issues that we have to overcome or have to deal with. And Barista, I love him as well because
Trauma Attraction, which is coming out in May, the 15th to the 17th. And never know, it might actually go nationwide. We don't know how your play's going to go. I'm wishing for the best and hoping for the best that you guys are in every little theater around and big theater around in the country. It's a wonderful premise that you're bringing character that, I mean, we're fighting trauma. We're having relationships with the trauma we've had as a childhood. So you guys are touching childhood trauma, alcoholism. You guys are hitting a lot of those top traumas that people are going to be really able to relate to. And hopefully we'll find some peace and inner comfort and solutions.
yeah.
So again, we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank all the cast for coming and the director, Benaiah Link. I hope you guys enjoyed it and the clips. And if you're interested in writing a play, please get information, just like Benaiah. He just Googled. Get some information, take a class, and then maybe you'll be on the spotlight so we can talk to you about your play. This is Janice Newman with Why Not? Thank you. I'm your host. Have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.